I'm 13 News Now meteorologist Evan Stewart. It is Friday evening, August 2nd, and a lot going on in the tropics with one system that isn't even a system just yet. It's what we call a potential tropical system. That is potential tropical cyclone number 4. Right now, it's over the island of Cuba, so we're not expecting any strengthening here in the next 12 to say 16 hours. But once it gets back over into the open waters here along the Florida Straits, just west of Key West and into the eastern Gulf of Mexico, there is certainly that potential for development. Now, why is it called a potential tropical cyclone? Well, the Hurricane Center has to have a tropical system before they can issue watches or warnings. Now, since this storm is going to develop pretty quickly and impact the Florida peninsula as we head into the weekend, the Hurricane Center wanted to go ahead and issue tropical storm watches and warnings, which are up for the Keys and the west coast of Florida. So it's a potential tropical cyclone just because it hasn't formed yet. It is expected to, and that could happen as early as Saturday as the storm moves across western Cuba and then here through the Florida Straits near the Keys. Tropical depression by Saturday morning, late or early Saturday afternoon, and then likely into a tropical storm on Sunday. That would be Tropical Storm Debby, our 4th named storm of the year. And then the big question happens once we get past Sunday and into early next week. This is the official forecast cone from the Hurricane Center. And remember, the cone just shows the potential path for the center of the storm. It's much larger, so even outside of the cone, you will feel impacts. Official forecast calls for the storm to move across Florida into Monday and then just skirt along the southeast coastline into Tuesday and Wednesday. The error here could be that the storm could be a little bit farther towards the south and east or towards the north and west. So if it stays over land, we'd still certainly get the rain, but it wouldn't have the potential to develop and it wouldn't have these strong winds. If it's out over the open waters of the Atlantic, it will be farther away from the southeast coastline, but it could potentially develop and quite a bit stronger into the middle part of next week. And you can see that the computer models, there's even some disagreement as to how far west it might go or how closer to the Florida coastline. If it's closer to the coast, it might not develop as quickly. If it's a little bit farther out here, just off the coast, it could be a little bit stronger across the coast of Florida, and then it'll race towards the northeast according to some of the computer models, but a few others sort of have it lingering along the southeast coastline. So let's compare the two best computer models that we have, the American model in yellow and the European model in red. As we go here through the evening, nothing's showing up because it hasn't formed yet. So there's not that central area of low pressure that is expected to strengthen and develop as we head here into the day on Saturday. We'll stop it here Saturday at 11 o'clock. Again, the European model here in red, the American model in yellow. You can see they're in somewhat good agreement for that development here off the coast of Florida. And even into Sunday morning, some disagreement as to exactly where it's expected to strengthen, but it would be off the west coast of Florida. Now, the more of these lines that you see together, these are isobars or lines of constant pressure, the more you see, the stronger the system is. That means the deeper, the more intense the system is. So you can see the American model is a little bit stronger than the European, but they both keep it here off the west coast of Florida. Now, notice what happens as we get into Monday. The European model still has it around the Big Bend area, weaker. The American model has it off the southeast coastline by Monday morning here off Georgia or South Carolina, strengthening over the warmer waters. That's why there's some uncertainty as to what will happen beyond Sunday. And again, you can see into Tuesday, pretty strong system, possibly even getting up close to hurricane strength by Tuesday morning off Cape Fear, Cape Lookout, south of Cape Hatteras. That's according to the American model, at least. Typically and traditionally, the European model has been a little bit better on tropical systems. It still has it as a system here off the southeast coast of Georgia near Savannah. So again, some questions as to what could happen into early next week. And then you'll notice by Wednesday and Thursday, American model races off towards the north and east, and the European model brings it back closer to Atlanta. So we would feel some impacts. Exactly what they would be, we just really don't know because we don't know the track and the intensity. Really a lot of uncertainty beyond Sunday. So that's the latest Tropics update. We'll have updates throughout the weekend and, of course, into next week as the southeast coastline could feel the impacts of what will likely be Tropical Storm Debby.